gotta be. I ain't living in your fantasy, and I'll be real if it's the death of me. I'ma be who I gotta be, and I don't care who you pretend to be, cause I'll be real if it's the death of me.
But another thing I was thinking about too is circling back to Chat GPT, is like in my day-to-day life already, I could see it as a consultant. Clients see new shiny stuff all the time, just like we talked about seeing new technology, say, "Oh, what can that do for me?" They're not like gonna act oblivious to like seeing new things. So we're gonna get a lot more demand or a lot more inquiries on say, "Hey, can we integrate something like that?" So that only makes me want to get more involved in it. So when it does come up, I'm not like a stranger to it. Oh yeah, I've actually messed around with it. I did some projects aligned with that, something like that. So that's what I think about when I see new stuff come up. I'm like, I know my client gonna see this, and then we're gonna have a wish list in December. And now I'm working on it and delivering it. So
that's pretty much my stance too. Is I'm pretty much like what do you call them? There's early adopters and there's the middle ground people, like the not the late adopters or whatever, but I'm in the middle ground. I typically get something like after it's been tested from the first group. Like for example, the flip phones was coming out. I watched some first flip phone. I knew exactly when it came out. Fourth generation, I'm like, oh yeah, as soon as it drops, I'm getting it. Or sorry, third generation. I'm like, as soon as it drops, I'm getting it. Because I knew it's what I wanted, but I need somebody else to go through the crash test for me. But I'm a big advocate of automation, making things simpler, like all that good stuff. Like something I am fearful of, I will say, is the self-driving cars and the automated cities. I think that's going to happen. I don't know if it'll be 5 years. So what I mean by that, what I mean by that. So like Elon, I think has tested this out maybe in like 2 different places to where pretty much everything is on a grid system. So like the roads, like, hey, this is my route to work, and the whole city almost works together. So it's super efficient. If everyone in the city has electric cars, you have a solar panel house, your office building, you have something on your phone, maybe you just walk up to the door and it knows exactly who you are. Iris stuff, like it's all built all built on AI, electricity, to where the grid is working. So it's its own ecosystem. I am fearful. It's genius and it's great, but I don't want like my car to drive itself, because like, yes, I want to be working while I'm driving because I have that time back, but like I can't trust my car to fully be able to make every single decision it needs to make in every single second.
It's the loss of control.
Well, that's probably what it is. It's just a loss of control. I need a little bit of control in my life. And
plus, man, I can't trust my car because, like, what if it take itself out on the drive at night? Like, what are you doing? You went on a little sneaky link or something?
Well, what if someone hacks? Yeah, what if
you
someone
might have more trust issues with your car than I would?
Oh man,
yeah.
What if someone hacks the grid and then it's like
someone hacks the grid? Yeah, like
I'm gonna mess
technology,
up this car.
And that's I think what my biggest trust is like technology fails.
Yeah,
like just
because
like
in order to make it to that level, it would take a level of trust from everybody. So if it fails, y'all are literally all the way in, and y'all are doomed because you literally were like fully devoted. You've given everything, all your rights and whatever. So like,
and I'm gonna sound like one of them, old people back in the day, but I plan on buying like 2 Jeeps. So when it's only solar cars or whatever, electric cars, then I can still have a gas car. Granted, they probably gonna get rid of gas, so I won't have a gas station. Hopefully I'm dead by that point. Hopefully I'm dead by the point where we only have electric cars, so I don't have to deal with that. But yeah, definitely got some trust issues. Don't trust technology.
I think going off on this really quick, I think some of the interesting things, I know in Seattle, Amazon, like they have the stores where you can go in and like put things in like a basket, and then you don't check out, you just walk out, and it'll charge your Amazon account.
Oh yeah.
Like I think that's really cool because so like basically everything. I don't know if it's like chipped or what. Like it has this, like the store knows like your cart, like it knows like everything that you put in your cart.
Scan anything either.
Yep, you don't scan anything. You just everything that you walk out with in your bag, like your basket or your cart.
Because I've been in a Costco before and I've seen there's a lane and it seems like there's like scanner above your head, and you can just walk your cart through, and it's supposed to do it. I don't know if you're supposed to scan it before, and then it picks up like
I've never seen
it picks
that.
up like
Just
one
just
code.
go in there, load your cart up, and just walk through there. Be like,
That's where my head was at. I was like, I wonder how this works. Let me just go ahead and try it out. I didn't want to get arrested,
Yeah,
Costco,
but
you know what I'm saying, for some snacks.
nah, man, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, but that I agree. Like, that's good technology. Being able to go to a store. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Then
that would be cool, because like if it saves you so much time.
Think about the repetitive task of like standing in line.
You take away the grocer and the bagger, though, is that thing.
Ooh.
Where do they go?
But then you just move them to be able to be baggers or like staff, like to restockers and stuff. Move them. You can move them to a different role in the store, and then move stores back to being 24/7.
Yeah, it just shifts the needs of the business.
Yes.
So are you gonna adapt, or like are you somebody who's like, no, I was born to be a bagger, or are you like, you know what, I think I could do some stocking, the business shifted.
To be a bagger.
And I think you could probably leave, in this example, you could leave some cashiers, because there's going to be people who have a distrust of like the walkthrough. But I'm the same way. I'm not the early adapter, but I'm not the late adapter either.
Yeah.
I'm like, my belief is to never buy like the first edition of anything, because there's always going to be bugs. There's always going to be something wrong with it that people like are testing.
Yeah.
So I always assume like the first generation of like a new phone or technology or whatever, I let it pass, see all the reviews, let them work out the kinks, because then by the time the second generation comes around, it's going to be better.
Facts.
So I had this conversation with my CEO today. Fun conversation, and we went all over the place, but this is eventually where it got. All right, so I have to do hypotheticals because somebody might be watching this and I don't want to disclose information we had in the conversation, but we're talking about like the medical industry and how like AI is kind of tapped into it and possibly could be tapped into it in the future. For example, if someone had a high propensity to have cancer, like what if our technology, one day was able to look at the molecular level of a human being, like when they're 10 years old, and say, hey, it looks like you're going in this direction. And in 5 years, if you don't change your diet, then you're going to decrease your lifespan by like 5 years or 10 years. If you like, hey, you're a diabetic, if you don't change your diet, then you're going to go from living to you're 80 years old to 65. Hey, if you don't do this, like just by looking at, and the AI is able to say like, hey, we've looked at this history predictively based on all the information and data that we have, this is probably what's going to happen. And yeah, we got into that conversation, and there is some stuff already out there like it, which is pretty crazy to think, but like we kind of talk about change management and how like, hey, like what does it take for people to change? But that was a very interesting conversation on AI on like how it could, think about that. If you went to the doctor, that's why we go to the doctor anyway, right? Is to tell us like what could possibly be wrong. Hey, what am I getting myself into? What should I watch out for?
Right.
If technology could get to that point, I would love it. They already have all my records, all my history. They're taking my blood samples. Like,
I don't know about taking the human element out of it though. As far as like,
no. The doctor is the one that's doing the stuff.
Yeah. But in terms of like, having those consultations, I guess, because in terms of people's like health and stuff like that, I think the delivery will always be like pretty heavy on, to me, like the relationship. How I was, look, man, because just think about it. Like right now, we do have, technically, it's not all accurate, but we have AI in our database coming from health. So like, just think about it. You hop on Google right now, weird heartbeat. Google gonna be like, oh, bro, you're dying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like, if you just get delivered facts, or like you just get artificial intelligence, it's I don't know about the effectiveness of it. It probably could be very accurate.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about you go to the doctor takes a blood sample. The doctor then puts it in a regular machine that they're still putting it in today. But then that machine is able to spit out data whether it's historically over a large sample size or just based on genes like yours. Then the doctor.
I thought you were saying like getting away from even like getting a consultation from just like, all right, cool. I sent it in. Okay. So
no. You're going to the doctor. They're still doing their doctor stuff, looking at your cells because they gotta like study your cells and stuff in school. So like all that stuff still makes sense. And maybe not one day. Maybe they don't have to study your cells because it'll just pop up on the screen. This means this.
We got data now.
This means this. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. So you wouldn't do a Golightly? You would stay with the regular pharmacist, go to Walgreens or something like that, and have them tell you some pills.
Hey man, Walgreens is crazy. Yeah, though, for real, man. Like, I think it's pretty important. Like, even when it does happen or it grows, I think it's still gonna be a factor there of how effective it is. Like, because you can have the knowledge all day long, but what's the delivery like? What is the retainment like with that information? If it's versus like somebody like look at you, grab you on your shoulder, look, man, you keep doing this, you ain't gonna be here next year. Or like, you just getting some information. In the past 10 years, statistically proven, people your age doing X, Y, and Z activities have passed. You're gonna be like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Delivery is important.
That's just my take.
But and this is where we went with it, is if the doctor was like, hey, look, like according to this number, like you can look at the chart, like the numbers are it.
Yeah.
And we can still say that numbers today. But if you look at the chart, like, hey, if you keep doing this, you gain 10 more pounds and you take off 5 years immediately. Next year, you will take off 5 years of your life from your wife, your kids, or whatever. No matter how you say it, like the stats are the stats. But there's like another side to it on, will people actually change?
I think that's the toughest, because even without like the machine element, even with the doctor telling people to do something,
that's true.
You're eating unhealthy.
It's true.
You're drinking too much. You smoking cigarettes. You doing all kinds of drugs. Like will people change?
A good point. But think about it though. Some people, like I always look into it, like doctor reviews, stuff like that. Some people, their doctors really have a strong say so in like their health choices and stuff like that. So like I think the effectiveness rate will go down, but to your point, like it's still going. If they ain't gonna do it, they ain't gonna do it. But like how like go to the doctor, be like, man, I don't want to go to the doctor, man, because he gonna find out what I've been doing, and he know I know better, man.
Yeah,
so he gonna tell me this, and he gonna yell at me, man. Yeah, it's a good point though, man.
I mean, it's just like you can give someone all the tools in the world to be successful, but do they know how to use them, or not even that? Like, are they going to use them? Are they going to use them?
Yeah.
He's spitting.
Yeah. Golightly, you got any parting words for us? I feel like you're like our resident motivational speaker, so let me get some.
Oh man.
Drop the mic, close.
Drop the mic. I was actually watching my favorite motivational speaker right now, or I guess one of my top 3 is gonna have to be Jim Rohn, man. And it's been sitting with me today. I watched one of his speeches, and he was just pretty much talking about being deliberate and planning your next 5 years because of either you can end up in a determined destination or undetermined or undesignated or unplanned or something along those lines. But he was saying like, do you want to go with the flow, or do you want to like have structure and know where you're going and why you're getting there? So that I was just thinking about that today. So my nugget I'll give you, man, is be deliberate in everything you do. Have intentions with every move, and track that progress. Keep charging on. That's all I got.
Love it. Appreciate it. Kenny, you got anything?
Not to follow up after that. I mean, that was a bomb.
Same here. Like we always say, pursue excellence and cherish everyone. Peace. Yo, thank you for tuning into the P.E.A.C.E podcast. This podcast actually started off with 4 friends sitting around a table once a week. We were having conversations to educate ourselves about the world around us, talking about what we're dealing with day to day as regular people, and simply to self-reflect. So that's all that you're seeing us do here, and you're getting to see it live. So I challenge you to do the same thing. If you've made it this far, obviously something caught your attention. So get a group of friends and build a small community and start to join in the conversation. Like, these are tough conversations. These are fun conversations, but these are conversations that are needed to be had. In fact, I want to make it easy for you. If you're listening to this podcast at home, invite a friend over.
or maybe invite 2 friends over, 3 friends over, whatever it is. Turn your TV on, your computer, your phone, wherever you want to watch it, turn the podcast on, okay? And join in the conversation. If you're listening to this maybe on run, at the gym, I get it. I do the exact same thing. But maybe you can share the link, clip the file or something like that, and just pose one of the questions that you heard here today. The point is to build community and to self-reflect. Oftentimes we don't vocalize the things that we need to work on, and that's one small way that I think that we can, help improve ourselves, improve others, and most importantly, pursue excellence and cherish everyone. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you again next week. Peace.